channel. My channel. My content. My channel. My content. My channel. My content.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, everybody. How you doing, Billy?
Good. It's not only happy Monday, it's happy birthday to you.
It is. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So you look great for 41, man. Like
For
fucking
41.
Great, man. It's crazy. Great, man. It's like you got to tell us your secret, bro.
I wish I was 41. This is the big 6-0, man.
Awesome.
It's Denny's, man. All the time. 10% off, man. I'm getting that damn discount.
Cool. I'm hitting 55 in April, so I get some. There's like senior discounts I can start achieving now and receiving at 55, baby. Yeah. So I'm gonna be fun. It's gonna be funny because I know when I go and it's like, yeah, I'd like the seniors discount. Can I see some ID, sir? I'm like, sure. Here you go.
That's what I want to have happen.
You look good for 55. Like, thanks. That's how I want it to be. Don't know if it'll happen, but that's what I'm trying to play out in my head. But no, man, 6-0, buddy. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
We will look and going on in the chats. Let's see. Look
Got
at
a
Ed.
lively chat.
Ed and Paul. Loud and clear. See, I didn't have to say anything.
Right?
Yeah, before that, I want to put this up so we don't do it like half an hour.
They understand the assignment.
Yeah, like half an hour into the show, we usually put this up, but we did it in the first 2 minutes. So yay.
That's a win.
Happy Monday, happy birthday, and welcome to Mutation Creations, my channel, my content. My man, Craig. So, number one, John Blackrock. I just saw a message from you. He sent some animals in for IDing on Patreon that I'm going to be looking at this week. And did I actually get number one? Not only number one, you got number two as well. Number 1 and 2, but it only counts as one. I think this is I think Nikki's made it, in the top 3 one other time.
Yep.
But Nikki, number 2, happy birthday, Craig. Kurt and I are sending you all the best birthday wishes.
Thank you so much.
Oh, look, number 3. This guy's no stranger to the top 3. He's using it all the time. My man, Paul. Happy Monday. Hope everyone is well and keeping warm. Yes, it's not so bad compared to last week. Like it's still cold, but not like it was last week. So still cold. And that's just here, but I know other places are even colder. So depending where you are, hopefully it's warmer than it was last week. My man, what's up, Billy, Craig, and chat? Hope everyone's having an amazing weekend. Mr. Bull, Python in the house. What's up, Craig? What's up, Billy? And happy birthday to Craig.
Thank you, Sammy.
And we're going to have tons of happy Mondays. Have a great weekend and happy birthday, Craig. There's another happy birthday. Oh, look at this lady popping in. Hey, y'all, I got the grand, so I may not be able to stay on. Have a great show. Got the grand. What's the grand? Is that a show? Oh, the grand. Okay. That makes sense.
That's Lincoln.
That makes sense.
He's the man.
I'm like, the grand, got the grand. You want a grand? No, you didn't win a grand. You got the grand. Is that a show on? So got the grandchild, the
That's
grandson,
right.
the granddaughter, the grand something. Awesome. There you go. We will try. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sophia.
Big D's, Pythons and Geckos. What's up? What's up? Jeff's in the house. Low Life, Lucky's, Jay Slithers. Virgil, what's going on, man? Virgil's Exotics. Casey. Evening, everyone. What's up? Oh, Pythonosaur, what's going on? Eagles or Swifty? I got to pick the Eagles. Like, I mean, I wanted to see the Eagles and the Bills. But but yeah, Dirty Birds. Let's do it. Actually, no, Dirty Birds are Atlanta Falcons, aren't they? Yeah. So Eagles, the birds. I don't know what kind of birds they call them, but they're birds. Let's do the Eagles. Royal Temptations. Oh, Strange Creations. What's going on, man? It's been a while. Carter's Coils. Jason in the house. What's going on? Super Dwarf Retic Man. Adrian's in the house. Third Coast Constrictors. Massey Morph works. What is going on? He's a fellow Canadian. Just up the street from me. Probably as cold as I am. Or, this week, not as bad. Mike's in the house. KBC Exotics. The Pie Man's in the house.
White.
Python Prince. ERS Reptiles in the house. Monday. It's Monday again. Time does go by so fast. It really does.
It does.
This weekend flew by for me. There's half of the Herp and Harbins. There's Josh. Wonder if Alicia's going to pop in. So I believe he's doing the snakes and Alicia's doing the rats, or is it vice versa? They're doing they do teamwork, Teamwork.
While Josh does the snakes, Alicia pretends to do the rats. That's the way it goes.
Oh, okay. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I'm just listening.
Look busy is what she's working on.
That's busy. Okay. So she's looks busy. There you go. Better looking busy than not looking busy at all.
Yep.
If you gotta pretend, I guess that's the best way to do it.
Yep.
Fred's in the house. Chris is in the house. And Chris says, "Go Eagles." Grim Reaper in the house. Wise Guys. Chad. Snake Man Pat. Happy birthday to you.
Patrick.
Oh, Lincoln, I guess is your grandson's name. They're talking about me.
Yep.
Yes, we are, Lincoln. Yep. Let's see. Critical Hit. It's the first time I've seen this one. Critical Hit Exotics. Cool.
Welcome.
Yeah, first time. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm looking at the logo and I haven't seen that before, so welcome. Pythonosaur says, "Go Birds. Been to Philly twice and love it." Yep, I agree, Paul. Yep. I mean, you can't knock them. I mean, they have a great team. I mean, it's the third time to the Super Bowl in a row. If they win it, they're the only team in the NFL to win, back-to-back Super Bowls. Just some of the calls. I can't see how that wasn't a first down for the Bills. But, I mean, how many times did their defense, give them in that 4th and 1 position where, I'm like, oh, my God, it was crazy. So, it just sucks. The Super Bowl was finished yesterday. No point in watching.
Wiz said it best yesterday. He said that, or he said it on Saturday night. He said that everyone was rooting for the Bills and betting on the Chiefs.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, there were some skeptical calls and weird plays, and I don't know. All I got to do is sit here and just, can't do much about it except bitch and complain, and that doesn't do much. So, Night Rider Reptiles in the house. What's going on? Chad, Richie's Recessive.
What's up?
S&K. Our dad's gone crazy. Joined as well. Don't watch sports. Haven't watched Super Bowls in a year.
Me neither, to be truthful.
I do. I don't mind it. I mean, I watch as much football as I can during the year as well. There's a few sports that I really just watch the finals. And there's some my home teams I'll watch, but yeah, I think for me it's hockey then football. So, What's up, Alex? What is going on?
Thank you.
So what's here? We hear Exotic A1 Pets. Oh snap! Happy birthday, Craig, and the usual.
Peace, love, and
Awesome. Thank
prosperity.
you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Santos.
Paul, what's going on from New Orleans?
Mm-hmm.
So Josh says, actually, Alicia is listening while furiously typing away on more. She's the snake queen. I am. So I did get it right. I think. No, I did it the other. So Josh is the rodent king.
Got
Prince,
it.
Court jester.
Got it.
I knew it was a team. One did one thing and the other did another thing. And like I said, man, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep. I saw that they finally got to break ground on their new facility this past week, which is awesome.
Amazing. Congrats.
And they've got the gravel layer down and they're ready to go. It won't be long now. Awesome.
Uh-oh. Bye-bye football. Hello hockey. Let's go Washington. Come on, man. I do hope Ovechkin does break Gretzky's record. It'd be amazing. I mean, for goals. I don't think I think he's only 30 away. 30 goals away from actually maybe 60, 30. I don't know. It's something like that. It's close to break the great one's record, which
Isn't that
is
amazing.
It's incredible. Like there's so many. I mean, I don't know how many records that Wayne Gretzky has that you'd think there's no way anyone's even coming close. And there's people that are getting close. But I'd like to see Ovi. Like to see him get it. I mean, that'd be incredible for his career. Yeah, I remember as a kid when I would collect, hockey cards, and then later on in life when I had the business, and you'd look at the stats or trophy winners or standings, assist leader, goal leader, all time this. It was like Gretzky, Lemieux, Gretzky. Someone else. It was like Gretzky, and out of the top 10, Gretzky had like 6 or 7, and there'd be maybe Lemieux with 2 and someone else with 1, and it was just like, oh my God, it's just nuts.
So dominant.
It was, and to see someone like Ovi so close. Oh, so he says I think 19 away now. Yeah, which is amazing. So I would like to see him do it because it's just something where. That's where, Gretzky, the great one himself, is going to say, hey, Ovi, man, I didn't think anybody would break this. Wow, congrats. Like, that's, wow.
Did I hear that Gretzky was thinking about political office?
Not sure. I mean, I'm not sure.
I heard something recently.
Wow.
During the whole Trudeau thing. But anyway.
No, I'm not even sure. I don't really sort of listen to all that stuff. I just, I want someone to say like, Pierre Poilievre's in office or, something like that, or just anybody, Trudeau is out, but he's still, I guess, technically there until the election in March. But I think they're going to try to have an early, I don't even know. I just want the fucker out. That's it. So... Gigi Serpents, Chris and Donna in the house. What is going on? Oh, so Josh is hockey, college football, then NFL.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't mind college football as well. I watch that when I can. It's very entertaining. It's just like watching NFL. It's good. Predator fan. Come on.
I was a Predator fan when I lived in Nashville.
Solar Xanos, what's going on?
What's up?
Well, 19 away to tie. That's amazing. Like,
amazing.
Wow, that's incredible. I amazing. Edmonton's looking good too. And we have SNS Lawn Care LLC. What's going on? Look at that nice lines in that lawn. It's crazy. Prime Minister Gretzky has a ring to it. Oh, a fellow Canadian. What's up? Constricting Creations in the house. So Trump knows Gretzky personally and was saying that Canadians would vote him into office. Don't think it went any further than, okay.
Gotcha. That's funny.
Gamer King, baby. Yeah, my Leafs.
Gamer King meet Critical Hit.
Prime Minister Bob McKenzie has a nice ring to it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bob and Doug McKenzie. I used to love watching those shows. That's awesome. Here's a question. What genes do you think are going to take off this year? What do you think, Craig?
I had it in my head.
Haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, you go first and I'll remember it.
A scrambler for sure. Guaranteed. I think I hope to see more of the Cosmos and Bambino stuff mixed into other things. Hellfire. Come on. So what genes do you think are going to take off? I hope this one's taken off the
taken off the list.
The gene list. That's what I want. I want this taken off the gene list.
I think Wookiee is going to have a breakout year. That's my prediction. Maybe that's a dark horse prediction, but I think Wookiee is I think people are really starting to dig it and understand it.
Yeah, I just hate the name. I'm just so. But
well, at least it's not named Het Red Exanthic.
Yeah, very, very good. Very good. So there's a wish out there to Chad from Richie's Recessives, EAD buddy.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone have any questions or topics, throw it in here. Like Gamer King just did. What do you think about Bongo? Like Bongo. I have a lot of it. Bongo in my clown stuff, in my Pied. I've got it mixed with some other genes that I'm working with, trying to figure out. So I like it.
I do too. I like the side patterns.
Shauna Connor, what's going on?
How's it going, Shauna?
Don't hate the Star Wars names, Billy. Come on. Like, do you really want to have a Yoda, ball python, and a super Yoda?
I kind of want one. That would be great.
A Chewie and a Chewbacca, the super form, like
a baby Yoda. If when they come out as the Ed, they'll be baby Yoda.
Tauntaun. A lightsaber. Oh, look at this. This is the lightsaber, the super lightsaber. Like, no. You got enough things that sound like it. Like, you can't have the Vader, but you got Fader.
You have Fader.
And I don't know. The Han Solo. Oh, man. Let's see. Night Rider Reptiles. Curious to know how tall would handle this sold. How tall would
I think it's how y'all would handle this.
Okay, how y'all would handle this. Sold the snake to someone a week later. Says his job is cutting hours back. I wanted to return the snake. Would you offer half or no? Myself, like after a week, I don't know the condition it's been in. And so how I do things is if you purchase an animal and you're making payments on it or you haven't received it and you call me, say like, for example, now someone bought a snake and it's too cold to ship, so I'm shipping it out in a couple of weeks. And they're like, hey, I know it's paid in full or I've paid for half of it. Something came up, which shit does all the time. Can I have my money back? It's still here. It's still mine, but I could have sold it. I've been feeding it. I'm housing it. I always have in all of my descriptions on Morph Market, on my Husbandry.PRO store. Speaking of Husbandry.PRO store, I will put this up.
Pachow.
Husbandry.PRO. Kapow. And put this one like using Husbandry.PRO. Kapow. And what I do is I have listed on everything, even my website, 25% non-refundable deposit. And some people I know have even higher ones, 50%. But especially in the past, I haven't had many people do it now, but a lot of times, and I see people doing it, they buy an animal, they give you money, that's on a payment plan. A month later, they find something else that they want better.
Yep.
They don't have the money. Oh, but I do because I got the money I gave Billy.
Right.
You know, they're not going to tell you, hey, Billy, I don't want your snake anymore. Can I get all my money back? Because I found another snake that I want more. Even though you've been keeping it and taking it off listing for a month, and now you got to repost it and put more work in because I just don't want the snake. They're not going to tell you that, but that's the truth. What they're going to say is, oh, my tranny broke down, or oh my God, you won't believe this, or blah, blah, blah. Okay, no problem. So yeah, I'll refund everything but 25%.
Medical bills is the best one.
Yeah, I mean, it comes up. And you know what? I felt bad in the past. Okay. So what I do, some people, if you don't honor it, your 25% is gone. I will keep that 25 because I don't want to because I don't know if that story that they're telling me on the other end, whichever many stories I get, I don't know if they're true or not. Some of them could really be valid. I don't want to make money off of people's, shit happening to them in their lives. I make money on selling snakes and doing what I do. So I say, guess what? If that happens, I will honor your 25% when you buy a snake down the line. Right. And
so it becomes a store credit if they don't.
It's a store credit because I mean, but I've had people where they're like, oh, blah, 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 this and that. And I'm like, well, you've given me 50% down. I give you back. Oh, I can't get the whole thing back. I'm like, no, I don't do that. It's like, oh, well, I really need the whole thing back. And I'm like, well, I really need the whole thing sold. I'm working with you here. And if you look at every one of my things, it's 25% non-refundable. Right. Oh, I'll just pay the rest off then. Well, what happened?
And I find that to be standard among almost everybody on Morph Market. Deposits are non-refundable because you don't want someone going in and just holding up and tying up a bunch of animals till they decide which ones they want.
And then they can do that. They'll do that with a bunch of people, and it's just pissing a lot of people off, and it's not good.
Yep.
But what happens is I've had people, and they're telling me the sob story, I can't do this, but you tell them they're not getting all their money back. Miraculously, they can figure it out now and make the other two payments come in. But I've actually done things in the past, and not just once, not twice, probably a dozen times where I'm like, I feel sorry for this person. Okay, cool. And then fucking 2 weeks later, after I refund them the money, look at my new fucking thing that I got in. It's like, you motherfucker. Really? Like, wow, man. And you know what? Now, if you want to do that and lose 25%, no problem. But that's why it's in place, because people take advantage of a system. And this is one of ours, right? Yeah. So I'll let you have that percentage, down the road. But I know things do happen to people. I know people lose their job, they go on strike, something happens, I've heard all the stories, but how do you know if they're true? Because they're not going to tell you the truth.
So what about this kid's situation? They, Knight Rider put a second post up, said paid in full, took home. So a week later, if they paid in full and they take it home, what do you do?
So it's tough because, myself, I sell a snake and it does not thrive in your care. I want to see where it's set up and stuff, and an actual picture of the thing dead. Because I've had somebody say, yeah, the snake that I bought off you died. Oh, shit, that's sorry. Do you know why? It's like, no, it ate. It was doing well. It just died. Cool, you have a picture? No. You don't have a picture of the snake that died. No. Well, do you have it in the freezer? No, it's in. I threw it out. Okay, so how am I supposed to take your word that it died? I'm supposed to take your word for it died and just refund you? You show me a picture of the thing dead, then I myself, I would probably, I think I have it on my website too. I'll honor snakes up to 6 months. Okay. That's me.
For health reasons.
Yes. For health reasons. Like if it gets lost or something like that. But, to me, I encourage people to get their animals tested on delivery. Right. Mm-hmm. And if there's an issue with it, I'll take care of it. I've had many people do that and I've had no issues. But if there was, guess what? I will take care of it. if I have an animal that goes to you and something goes wrong with it, I mean, up to 6 months, I'll stand behind those animals because I have it. Now, a young breeder or a new breeder that's starting out, I mean, if they sell an animal to somebody, you don't know how that, I mean, what happens if that person let their kid grab it and it fell on the floor and they jumped on it, or the dog chewed it? Like, I mean, things can happen. It's a tough one. You know, it really is. I mean,
I wouldn't take a snake back after a week, probably for full price or anything like that, because I got to put him in quarantine,
correct?
you know, because who knows what it was environment is. I got to treat it for mites. I got to watch it now for several weeks. It's basically stuck inventory, you know? So personally, I wouldn't do that. I think too many people treat breeders as banks.
Right. And even this, so his job went back. So that's like me. I go out and I buy a new car. Okay. I go out and buy something that I'm committed to for years. All of a sudden, hey, you know, they're cutting back hours. I can't call the bank and say, hey, guess what? I can't come through with the car payment now because they cut back an hour. Okay, well, it's going to affect your credit. You know what? You're going to lose your car. You're going to lose value, you know, because they're not giving you exactly what you paid for that vehicle when you return it. There's a loss. So there's a penalty to it. So even here, you know, yeah, I don't know. I personally, for new people, you've got to stick and have a policy that you want to stick with and you feel comfortable doing. But I'll tell you one thing. I would say 95%, probably more, in this situation, sorry, the deal is done. So by you not doing it, you know, there's not a bunch of people like me giving this extra like time and stuff. So, you know, I'm in that 5% or less. So, oh, I can't believe you wouldn't do that. Not, you know, many people aren't going to say, oh yeah, you should have given them their money back. You should have. No, the deal is done. They bought it. It's theirs. And you don't know what type of condition that animal's coming back. And like Craig said, if you did say, oh, I'm going to be nice and give them 75% back and keep the 25% and then bring the animal back, putting it in quarantine and other stuff, like that's time and cost. And you can't even resell that snake. So most people, if not all people, would say hell to the no. So, you know, especially in this situation. Now, if an animal that you sell and a week later it's dead, then you have issues. You know, so I'm looking at it after and I'm like, oh shit, he just wants to return the snake because of his job. It'd be a hell no. You know, if you buy an animal and I ship it and I do all this stuff and there's nothing wrong with it just because you can't, you know, you need money now. You know, if you want to resell it to someone else, that's on you. But I ain't taking it back.
There's a case to be made for giving him half back, or giving him half his money back and taking the animal back. There's a case to be made for that, and that would cover, you know, whatever you could say, whatever that half would cover your quarantine and your handling of it and your risk and all that. So just whatever you do, I would suggest being totally consistent on it and have it. And whatever your policy is on that, make sure it's in writing on your Morph Market page and make sure everyone understands, because the worst thing you can be about returns is inconsistent.
Right. I did it for I heard you did it for this guy, but you won't do it for me. Now it looks bad. Like,
yep.
It does. Oh, now there's favoritism. No, it was a different situation,
yep.
You know? I've bought some animals back from people because they were animals I really like. If Bear called me up and said, hey, Billy, there's a bunch of my collection I don't want.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, like this, and this I sold you, fucker. Yeah, I'll take it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's different situations, but if there's a snake that you finally sold that it was, you know, you don't know if you could sell it again. I mean, if it was an animal that, you could take back and, it could resell because it was something that you could use, or it's something that, can resell, and you get that 25% non-refundable. You may want to take that back because, one, you're helping out a customer or a non-customer, whatever you want to call them, but, a customer that was there, now you're helping them out. But you take that 25%. Now you bring that animal in, do what you do, and then sell it down the road. You can do that. But I mean, after the fact, it's like, you bought it. You should have put some more time and effort in your purchases. You're a grown person that is buying stuff. You can't do this in any other business. Well, technically, you can buy a TV from Walmart, use it for a couple days, and return it. But those are just fucking shitty people.
So Night Rider replies. He says, "I'm sure he's mad at me, but I took the snake back with no cash refund. Credit in the future is what I chose to do." Okay.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
I mean,
and the thing is, they should be happy. Oh, but then, cutting back, want to turn the snake. But I mean, if they're returning the snake because of cutting back hours, it's like
store credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Nova?
I don't know Nova.
I don't really know much about it. Have to figure out how to get green and balls for a Yoda.
Yeah. Yoda. Grogu, that's baby Yoda.
Oh, Grogu and Yoda. Oh, no. I'm going to name my jinker Jar Jar. No. Wow.
He's the worst Star Wars character of all.
Jar Jar Binks. Like, Jesus, man.
Thank you, David.
What's up, David? Eric beating over Kim. What's going on? So, Gamer King. Hey, mate, I have a blade clown male to a cinnamon heck clown. I've not seen any visual locks as their wall ways lead away. Oh, they always lead away from each other. Any tips? There's a few. I mean, maybe the female isn't ready to breed. Because technically, when I put a male into a female's enclosure, she's already building follicles, like, several weeks, if not a month. I put the male in. They pretty much 99% lock within the first 24 hours. If they don't, the male could be too young. There could be a bunch of different things. You can also try putting another male shed into the female's tub prior to putting the male in. Mm-hmm. There's a whole few different things. Putting a well-established male into a snake bag, make sure it's tight so he can't get out. You put him in, and he'll sort of thrash around and smell the female, and that could trigger it. That was a tip from Bob Vu.
Sort of trigger that competition.
Yeah. I think that was also to get females that haven't started building to build. That could have been that as well. Hmm. So here's how much does it cost to keep a ball python? $10 a month? Yeah. Buy one less Happy Meal that month. Level Up's in the house.
What's up, Raj?
Let's see. Beast Morphs. Sales are final. Yeah, especially once they received it. Like, if there's an issue with the animal, okay, great. But if you buy an animal now, I don't like it anymore, or I don't know if I can afford it, or I lost my job, I want to sell it I'm not taking it back to give you money. If you want to sell it to get money because you don't have money coming in now, then you resell it. I mean, I'm not doing that for you, or I'm going to charge, I'm going to take the 25% back and charge a commission fee to resell it. I don't know. It's something that, like Craig said, you got to pick something and be consistent. Have it in your, terms and conditions. LD Exotics, what's up? Shouldn't you all be cleaning rats? We did that yesterday and today.
I did it earlier today.
Yeah, Sunday we do 5 racks, and then we do 4 racks on on Monday and then top up the water, all the feed and seed. So they're all good for the week. Night Rider says, I'm sure he's mad. Oh, yeah, that's it. Let's see. So Beast Morph also says, if they change their mind before shipping, they have credit on hold for any animal they want at any time after. Yes. I agree with all that. It's when you ship an animal and it's there, and a week later, now they want to ship it back and get their money. I'd say hell no. Endless Morphs in the house. What's going on? If I had Walmart money, I would definitely do returns like that. Oh, look, we got Lindsay.
Hey, Lindsay.
What's up, Pico Pythons? Hoping the best week was happy. It's Monday again with MC. Thank you so much. Oh, he's a proven breeder, but she is not. It could be that maybe, she's intimidated. If she's a first-time breeder, she might not just know what to do. Usually I have males that don't know what to do for the first time. Maybe she's just not ready. I've got about 150 females that I won't even start pairing until June or July, right? Because they're not building. So, yeah, sorry to hear that you're in that. But, I mean, yeah, I think Craig said it. Pick a store policy or terms and conditions that you feel comfortable with for your customers, and stick to it, right? Like 25% non-refundable deposits at any time. I've swayed from that. I've seen a person, I give them back because I feel bad, and then they buy another fucking snake 2 days later. I thought you were broke. You used the money I sent you because you were broke to get your tranny fixed. Now you just went and bought a new snake for someone else. Fucking asshole.
That's the same.
And that's what they do. Same
thing if they've got a payment plan with you and then they pay in full for someone else. So
yeah, but you know what? I mean, if you made a plan, you're willing to wait. Yeah. Right. So yeah. If you don't want to make payment plans or you don't want to wait for the payment plan, then say no. But if you make a payment plan, that's like me going out and buying a car on a lease. Yeah. And then I go to another company and say, hey, I want to finance this one. Oh, cool. So I got a 2-year lease. I got a 7-year finance. Oh shit. I just made some money. I'm going to go buy another car cash. You think those other car companies are going to whine and complain? No, they're going to say, hey, we're still making interest off this fucker.
No, but they're banks.
Right. So, if you don't want to make a payment plan, and I forget the guy, he's the guy that was the sheriff. He was, I forget, Morph something. And he was the sheriff and then got in trouble for something else. Oh, I think I remember something about that. Yeah. He was the one that was on the Patreon and then quit because I didn't wear his shirt enough. I don't wear in my YouTube videos. I don't put on people's shirts. And speaking of that. Oh yeah. B&Z Exotics, not slacking on the back. Nice. Yeah. I got more Forge fam. Thank you very much, guys, for the shirt. Not slacking, but it's just a QR code. There you go. And hardware. So, I give shout outs, not because you're on my Patreon. I get it because I just put it on and I do that. And I guess, he was all upset that, if I'm on Patreon, we should have more shout outs than these other people. I don't give shout outs because, you're on my Patreon. I give you shout outs because I grab a shirt and I put it on. It's random. Right. But whoever that guy was, I mean, he had something in his morph. I even copied it or screenshotted it because I think I even talked about it on Patreon on one of our Zoom calls. It's like, don't ever have a terms and conditions like this fucking guy. If you put a ball python on payment plans, you are not allowed to put any other payments on any other ball python for any other breeder or buy anything else until that ball python. Are you fucking for real? Like, what? Like, are you for real?
I don't.
Sorry,
I
honey,
think that's
you can't eat this
overkill.
week. I can't pay for groceries because I haven't paid off this snake yet.
But
You know?
it is kind of a dick move to make someone wait when you don't make someone else wait in an industry where people are just doing this out of their house. You know, big breeders, I get it one way. I get it. There's
But a
extra
lot of people like to secure multiple animals.
Yeah.
So I get it. So if somebody's like, oh, I got this female and I got this female,
That
oh, I
I
need
get.
this male. So they got multiple animals and they're doing
Multiple
that.
payment plans, and that's fine.
But
Yeah.
I do believe if you have extra money, instead of buying another one cash, I would rather pay the other ones off and do a payment plan for the new one. Is sort of the respectable thing. But if you make a payment plan with somebody, you shouldn't really be upset that he's doing it with other people because you made that. Hey, I'm cool with the.
I agree with that.
But I mean, it depends on what you want as for your customers and for your business.
Yeah.
And once you make this rule or what I want to do in my terms and conditions, you should stick to it. And sometimes you can be more lenient, and sometimes it's how you do it. How about those people who wire you the money, take the animal, and cancel the transaction right after? Didn't happen to me, but I know people in the community that did. Well, okay, so
there were certain payment types that was possible with, right?
Yeah. So here's the thing. I don't know what my total is, but it's probably now maybe 1.7 million US through PayPal. I mean, through Morph Market. I would probably have through PayPal, through people just message me over the phone and making payments, or I sent them an invoice, or even PayPal. I'm sure that's probably up to the 2.5 to 3 million mark that I've gone through PayPal. I have never had a chargeback from PayPal. Okay. I do not do friends and family.
Right.
I send invoices. Okay. So I send an invoice. Even if somebody tried to do this, they would lose because I have an invoice for the animal, the time, the date, the cost, everything. Then I also have a shipping that I have paid shipping to a reputable company that will ship it. It'll have the actual time stamped and date of the entry and Fish and Wildlife inspection. And then it goes to a FedEx hub and it gets delivered in your name right to a hub that has to have fucking ID for you to pick up that animal. So if you go and like, hi, I never received the animal. Okay, if you never received the animal, okay,
proving it. Yeah.
Here's the invoice that I sent. Here's the transactions, how you paid PayPal. Okay, months later, once it was paid, it got shipped. Here's the customs. Here's the shipment, my payment to the shipper. Here's the tracking number. It was shipped to FedEx, and your fucking name was there for you to sign to pick up the animal. And you said you didn't get it. It'll never backfire. I do not do friends and family. Okay. And all these people on, oh, I do friends and family and my account got seized. Well, yeah. Because if you're doing transaction as a business, like, imagine, and the thing is, I know people like every time I send to Europe and I get it because their taxes are higher, but they're like, hi, I sent, I bought a snake for 10 grand. Hi, can you do it friends and family? I'm like, dude, just pay the fucking $390. Pay the $390. It's a write-off to it, and like, wow. So if I just bought a snake for 10, you're going to try to do friends and family for, $10,000, $5,000 snakes. And you do like fucking, 2 of those a month. At the end of the year, you got like 200,000 in friends and family that's coming in. Wow. They're going to fuck you when they audit you.
But you're also, by not doing friends and family, you're buying yourself some insurance against fraud.
You send me money, friends and family, I don't have to send you that fucking animal.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Like, you sent it to me, friends and family. And I've had people say, hey, Billy, even on Patreon, hey, Billy, I know you're giving me 25% off this snake. I'll just send it friends and family so you don't lose any more. I'm like, no, I'm sending you a fucking invoice, detailed invoice. I will eat the cost because it is a cost of doing business. You can't use PayPal and all these like a credit card. People don't like, oh, I don't like paying credit card. Cash is better. Well, yeah, because you got to pay 3% to the credit card. But if you didn't have that extra 3% or 3.9 or 4, whatever it is, you might lose, a couple $100,000 in sales because you don't have, most people just don't have the cash. They want to put it on their credit card. It's almost like a payment plan, but they're making a payment plan to the bank, not to you. But if you didn't have that, guess what? You're not going to have that sale. So is 3.9% or whatever they charge worth for you to have a transaction? To me, yeah, it is. But if you do things right, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Black Lagoon. George Thornwild.
Thank you for the birthday wishes. What's up, George?
George says, Billy, on your 50-40 racks, what 2 levels do you keep your probes for most consistent heat?
Good question.
So I put one right at the very bottom, on the very bottom for the first 6. And then I put one at number 7 for the top 8. That's what I do. And you're still not going to get the most consistent heat. Like it always varies, So, but what I do is I keep my bottom 6 2 degrees higher than the top. Yes, higher than the top 8. Because it's always cooler at the bottom and heat rises. That's how I do it. Eric says, yeah, pair every time. Pair every time the female shed till you see a lock. Then it's go time once a month. Rob, what's going on?
What's up, Rob?
Selective in the house.
How's it going, Jared?
Jared, how you doing?
Speaking of Jared, why don't I plug his show right now?
There you go. Plug it.
So tomorrow on Genetic Canvas, they've got ancestral royal pythons, morphinary, morphinary arts, also great breeder, and Austin from Royal Highness Pythons.
Ah, King Austin.
And they are doing Ultramel tomorrow.
Ultramel.
So it's going to be a big one.
Awesome stuff.
On Wednesday, on the Whiskey Bomb Network, they've got Balls and Things with Adam from Proper Royals. Great guest. Thursday at 8 Eastern on Clutch Conversations, we got Jason from BashCoder Reptiles.
Oh, cool.
And Barry Swope from Elusive Propagations. And he is actually kind of elusive. He does not show up on podcasts much. So this is a great one to watch on Thursday.
Yeah, I haven't seen Barry on any, and tell you the truth.
Yeah, so it's a big get for them. Wednesday on No Remorse, more Forge fam. Guess who's going to be there? Billy himself. That's 8:30 Central. And then on Friday, we got
Nikki and the gang.
That's right, for the Lowdown Live, and that's at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. Right before Hair Down. Yep.
There you go. Look at this. The Monday information hub to the rest of the week for your enjoyment and pleasure.
Is Will and Audra in the chat? Will and Audra, who do you guys have this week on your podcast?
Sean?
Put it in the chat, please.
What's up, Sean? MCBR in the house.
What's up, Josh? Josh did a great episode last night with Breeding for the Future with KG, Wiz, and Keys, and it was really a great episode. You need to check it out.
Awesome.
His collection is so impressive, and he drops a lot of
info.
A lot of great gems.
That dude was really weird. I was talking about that.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, it was really weird. James in the house. What's up, All City? He couldn't really enforce it. I mean, it's just like, and he said, I got to find it and post it. And if I find out You will not get the snake, and all your funds will be held without. It's like that's you can't even legally do that.
No,
You know what I mean?
no.
But I'm just like, what the fuck? Like,
you can't take people's money because they annoy you.
Yeah, like, yeah. I mean, it's like weird, but yeah, I mean, crazy.
That's funny.
Balls of paradise. What's going on? Sky's the limit. What's up, Brawley?
What's up, Brian? Happy birthday to Brian too.
You beat me. I was gonna say happy birthday also. I gave him a shout earlier in the chat. I didn't know until earlier, later this afternoon. I was out running around. I came in, I look, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Craig's birthday. Instead of messaging you, I just say it when you're on. You know, you probably got too many damn fucking messages anyways. I'll just say it in person tonight. And I did. Eric B. No, Rick M. I'll eat ramen and peanut butter sandwiches till my steaks are
Me
paid
too,
off.
man. I'm so, man, if I owed Billy money for a while for some snakes, and I didn't buy hardly anything until I had that paid off.
I'm just reading some of this stuff here. Yep, all those PayPal issues scared people when using PayPal. Accepted friends and family for what should be goods.
Yeah,
that's the thing, right? Like if you have, if you're using Square, right? Say like a hub, you pay a percentage for them to do the processing, have the machine, make it easier for you to get transactions with people with either debit, or a credit card mainly. If you do not have that and you're just cash only, you might lose 50% of your sales. And if you do that, wow, if you're losing 50% of your sales or paying 3.9%, which is, $3.90 per 100, right? $39 per 1,000, $390 per $10,000. You're going to lose $10,000 in multiple sales because you don't want to pay $390 fucking dollars. If you have that kind of sense in your head, you're not going to do well at fucking business. I'm sorry.
Billy Rand.
It just drives me nuts. Like, whoa, you know what I mean? And like, it just makes no sense. And then they cry when, they froze my account. Yeah, because you're doing things illegally. You're selling goods and you're not charging and you're abusing the system. Right. Because if everybody did friends and family, we wouldn't have fucking PayPal because they wouldn't be making money to process our things. They'd be making $2 per transaction. Do you really think it's fair on a $10,000 snake to give them $1.95 friends and family? Like, how the fuck are they supposed to fucking make money? And make it easier for you. So, wow. Yeah, I've never had issues. Yeah. I mean, that's just me. And I have fucking thousands of transactions. And I've been on PayPal, 14, 15 years.
Yeah.
So crazy. K&D.
What's up, guys?
Oh, I didn't even know that. And business accounts can't even take friends and family. And it shouldn't. The
option disappears.
Yeah. What fucking business? I never did it in the beginning because I want to have like records and stuff like that. So I can just go, hey, here's the invoices I sent my customers. Here's what it is to the accountant. They know where it is in the States compared to my Canadian sales. Canadian sales, I use Square. American sales, I use PayPal. It's pretty simple. Here's my Canadian sales. Here's my invoicing. Here's my American sales. Here's my invoicing. And, why would a business have a friend or family? Like, businesses don't send people friends and families. They lend you money or they sell you something. That's what businesses do. I'm glad they took it away because it shouldn't have been an option from day one. And people that, are trying to run a business and trying to save that $390 for a $10,000 transaction, fuck, they shouldn't even be in business.
Well, it puts you at risk. They think they're saving you money, but it puts you at risk, actually, of getting your account turned off.
Yeah, but not only that, if I send them $10,000 friends and family, they don't send me the snake. I have no claim to PayPal. I bought a snake. What do you mean? No, you didn't. You sent money. Yeah. You sent money to them as for friends and family. Okay, yeah. So what am I arguing for? I lent them money, or I gave them money. They don't know. I just sent a friend or a family member $10,000. oh, but it was for this. Well, then you fucked up because you sent somebody money for a transaction that you sent us crazy. So, it's crazy. So then tell them to fly their arses to you and pay cash. Yeah, it's more expensive. But, and then I actually have some people too. If you want to pay, I don't do friends and family. Okay, then that's $10,390. Are you fucking kidding me? You know what I mean? Like, I can understand on $1, or $2 items because it's a pain in the ass. But once you get a certain amount and over, like, I think we put it up in the post. There was somebody that had a snake for like $60,000, $300 to ship. I'm gonna pay you $60,000. You're gonna charge me $300 to ship the animal. You look so petty. Like, are you fucking kidding me? True. You know what I mean? I ain't giving you $60,300, you motherfucker. I'm sending you $60K. That's it. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So Endless uses Cash App. My PayPal got taken away from me because I changed it to a business account and tried to pay a friends and family for rats. Yeah. And that's the thing. That was about 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was really scary. I think it was 2019. It was just scary. It was like the biggest thing. Like, everyone had their accounts froze, and it was just like they were ripping people apart. And then, oh my God, there's a clause saying that you're not even allowed to sell reptiles. And there was a big thing about it. So, yeah, if you're going to have a business, send an invoice, It's a great point. And PayPal makes that easy. Yeah. Sugar Skull. What's up, Kevin? How you doing, man? PayPal invoices can even do payment terms. Like, you don't have to pay the full thing. You can pay partially. Yep. And I can go in there and set it up like minimum payment that's due. I can break it up. I can, it's very flexible. I mean, it's pretty awesome. And it keeps track too, where somebody comes in and they'll pay $1,000. I just look as like, oh, you've received $1,000 from, BashCoder Reptiles. Like, oh, and it gives you your new, this is the new balance, and it's just so much easier. Pretty great. So that's what I've always done. And I totally recommend it. But if you're going to run a business, treat it like a business. And the reason it's over 4% is because they have to pay the credit card fee, because usually it's going to come in on VisaNet, and they have to pay that, and then they have to make money on top of that. So that's why it's more than a typical 3.2% credit card charge or something like that. Yeah. Royal Temptations. I always do goods and services. 100%. It's the way protected. To go. I'm just going to switch the banner. Like it. Go for COCO, baby. I'm going to do the black one today. The black. Go for COCO. Where are we at? Let's see where we at. That wasn't a full Billy rant. That was a rantlet. Yeah, maybe a rantlet, a little bit of it. Yeah. Yeah. But it just makes sense, people. Like, Gus in the house. Ah, Flawless. What's up, guys? How's it going, guys? How you doing? Texas Made Dwarfs popped in. I love the logo. That's awesome. Everybody's like, Will and Audra, Eric B., Jared. Everybody's like sharing some love. Gamer Kings, by the way, happy B-Day. Thank you. Full Tilt, another Canadian in the house. What's going on, man? Nice. Boys Are Us, how you doing? Sorry to the game. I mean, sorry, late to the game. You forgot the late. You're even late putting in the late. Oh, there you go. Man. David, what's going on? How much time do you give to pay off a snake? It all depends on the snake. And that's the thing too. Normally, I'm 60, 90 days. On my Patreon, I've done packages for people for like 5 months, 6 months. But that also can happen when you have a shipping window that's 5 or 6 months. Correct. Like you may not be able to ship right now. I mean, I'm doing like, 90, 120 day payment plans. But it also says, oh, you do Oh, you do a 120 month, 120 day or a 4-month payment plan? Cool. I really like this, this animal. It's 200. I'll give you $50 now, $50 next month. I'm not doing a 4-month payment plan on a $200 snake. It'll cost me more time and labor and food to feed it. Right. So it depends on the animal. The higher the times I give you is more of higher priced animals and package deals. Right. If somebody wants a $10,000 animal and you give me $2,000 down, I'll take $2,000 a month for 4 months or something like that, so that you're getting that animal that you need, and it's because I've been there where it's like, hey, you know what, you got a 60-day payment plan. That's it. Oh well, the one I really want's $9,000, but I can only afford the one for 5 maybe or 6. In the 60 days. But if you give me a little bit longer, I can pay you more. Nope. So I would have to pay what I could afford in the 60 days back in the day. And, missing a gene or two, wow, does it really, year after year, you exponentially see what you've lost by not having those extra genes. So I would rather say, hey, if you can only afford this in 60, if I can give people better animals in a longer double that period of time, and now they can get a more stronger, better animal that will suit them from now and in the future, I would rather work with people to do that.
Interesting.
So, think about it back in the day. You got, let's say right now, you got a dreamsicle, okay? Dreamsicle male. Okay, dreamsicle male, $1,000. Enchi dreamsicle is $1,800. Okay, Enchi confusion dreamsicle is $2,500. Possible yellow belly. I'm just gonna get the $1,000 one. Well, you've got no genetics to it. It's not it's not going to do anything for your collection. But now if you can do $2,500. And get the Enchi and confusion in and pay over 2 months or 3 months, instead of, having it done in 30 days or 60, you can do 90, 120. Those 2 extra genes, man, you don't even realize the power of those. Even 1 extra gene, because now you breed this and you make more combos and it holds
just the Enchi.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like imagine, when you get into the higher end stuff, you get into a triple visual. Wow, triple visual. Oh, add Enchi into it. Wow, it's $4,000 more. But that Enchi alone into that triple visual, if even with that triple visual, it might take you 5 to 7 years to put another one in. Like you don't realize how powerful that 1 extra gene is. So, here we go. Genetic canvas will be awesome. Watch Brock and Aston argue who loves Ultramel more. So we just had the fat man on himself this past Sunday. Oh, cool.
Nice.
Awesome stuff. Chris Eaton in the house. Eric's Morph Factory. What's going on? Powerhouse in the house. What's up, Andrew?
Andrew.
How you doing, buddy? Oh, full tilt. So just use our square for the first time this last expo in Toronto. Extremely happy with it.
It works good, doesn't it?
And it's great because I've even had this too. And I've done this, and I don't know. I bet you many people can say, oh, shit, that happens to me all the time. And you don't even realize it. Hi, do you take debit or no, cash only? Oh, you don't take credit card or debit? Nope. Is there a bank machine around? Yeah, it's over there. I'll be right back. Gone. Because they go and they see something else, or they go and take it out, or they're like, yeah, maybe I don't want to go back now, or they see something else. You just lost the sale because you didn't have this fucking terminal right there. And I've had that many times where, like, the animal's behind. It's off the table just to the behind, waiting for them to come back. They're just going they never come back. Some do, but there's a lot that don't. If you have a sale right now, you want it completed now before they walk away from the table. Has that ever happened? Has that ever happened to you, Craig?
the funniest thing that ever did happen to me was actually the guy said, I got to go get some money. I'll be back. And he wasn't back for like an hour. And what he had done is DoorDash a few things. And then he made the money.
So he went out and did some work. In fact,
he went out and did some work and came back and got the snake.
That's cool.
That was pretty great.
I want this. How much is it? Cool.
Yeah.
Note to self, 4 hours. This is what I need to do. Go do it. That's grinding.
It was pretty great.
That's grinding. Yeah. That's commitment. So, here's Andrew. Funny part is that the fees are taxable too. Yeah. People get cheap about the dumb. It is, you know, it's hilarious. You know, like I have a lot of people too. It's like, why do you pay, you know, when you buy rats, you pay taxes on it? Why don't you just pay cash? Because I can't write them off. You know what I mean? Like you think
it's your number one expense, probably, if you're buying rats.
I was spending like $12,000 to $15,000, and out of that $12,000 to $15,000, you probably had like $1,500 to $2,000 of it is tax, right? Yeah. Oh, you could only pay $10,000 instead of 12. Yeah, but if I pay $10,000 in cash, where's it coming from? Because I don't have it laying around. I write a check for my account from sales that went in that I charged. Yeah. And then I pay that out and I get to write the whole $10,000 off plus the tax. It's not like you're benefiting as a business. Oh, I'm not, you know, because if you're paying cash, you can't even write off the $10,000 you spent on. Never mind the $1,500 or $2,000 in taxes. You can't even write the $10,000 off that you paid cash because there's no fucking receipt.
Yep.
Doesn't make sense. Yeah, but at least you didn't have to pay the cool. Right. Yeah. That's very smart. You know, dumb. You know, and then you have so much money in your account that they're going to, you know, at the end of the year, if you don't have, you know, if you don't have any deductions, it's like, oh, now they're going to tax fucking that at a high tax rate. Like, you got to know what you're doing. 100%, Billy. The same thing I told the woman at the truck stop. They're abusing the system, how they take payments. Bet they don't file taxes. The lot lizards. Yeah. Like they're kind of in our industry, right? The lot lizards, or at least the name. It's reptile related, I guess, maybe. Mm-hmm. Jesus. People are trying to avoid paying taxes too.
True.
Not even the 3%.
Yeah, but especially on the PayPal stuff, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, they're all getting watched over $600 now. So government knows what's going on.
Yeah. 100%.
I think that went in the US. I think that went into place in 2024. It might be just 2025, but I think it was 2024.
Last year?
Yeah, I think it was. Not an accountant.
Joe Mercy, another fellow Canadian. What's up, Billy and Craig? It was good to see you on Saturday, Billy. Great insights on the cost of breeding rodents and the cost per square foot of a commercial building versus buying rodents. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we were talking because I have a few options in the future. I'm looking at either moving to the building we own. I'm looking at, you know, I there's a lot of space here that I'm not using. I was talking to Craig earlier today. Jeff and we drove into Guelph and looked at some commercial units. And in Guelph commercially, I can breed ball pythons, but you cannot breed rodents. You cannot have like this guy here behind me, my boy Drake. He won't be allowed to come because you can only have lizards under 2 meters, right? Or no, sorry. Theirs is a little different because 2 meters I can have him because he's under 6 feet, but I think they only have a 18 or 30-inch max. So. But going out there, I can't have rodents breeding. So I'm looking at it and I go, if I move there, you know, it's about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour away from where I am now. It gives me a much smaller space. So instead of paying, you know, with all my expenses here, just for utilities, insurance, hydro, this, gas, you know, you name it. Furnace, you know, all the bells and whistles. I'm probably spending about 10K a month Canadian. If I moved to the other place, I'd be about $4,500. So I'm saving almost $5,500 a month doing exactly what I'm doing now, right? I don't have this huge kitchen and this area here. You know, I've got 1,400 square foot in the front. That's just not making me money. It's just a place that, you know, I enjoy to have and my animals. And in the back, I have about 1,600 square feet that I, you know, and technically I can get that down to under 1,000. So there's a lot of wasted space. So, you know, my 5-year lease is up. I can extend it, but he's already said price is going to go up. So do I want to put more money into a place that I don't really need, or do I find something and move and start over and something small? And if just from moving what I have here to there, it's going to save me $5,500 a month. Not bad. But guess what? Can't have the rodents. So talking to Joe, and he's like, oh, that's going to cost you. I'm like, no, because I'm downsizing quite a bit. So I figure for me to buy my rodents, one, I don't have the extra work. I don't have any issues with having them here and worrying about anything. I get them delivered when I want, feed them off. They're good. I do that every 2 weeks. My babies will get once a week. I can deal with it. I figure my bill is going to be probably $5,000 to $6,000 a month, the way I'm going to, you know, shorten my collection. And I'm like, wow, that's still a lot of money. I'm like, yeah, but guess what? I'm spending about $4,000 a month now, plus my time, because I've got all the bedding, all the rat food, the seed, water, electricity. I have a $278 a month garbage bill, because they come and pick up the trash can once a week. So I eliminate that. I don't need the sea can, which is another couple $100, just under. I think it's 178 something a month, so that I can store all the seed and food and stuff like that. So when you add all that in, and the help and the staff, I'm paying roughly $4,000 a month to feed my entire collection. So by not having all the above and don't have to invest and have all this extra space and all this, I can just do that. So there's another thing I'm looking. So if I'm paying around 10 plus 4 is 14,000 a month here for the location and all that stuff and the rats, if I go there, I'm going to be 4.5 plus say 5, which is, you know, 9.5. Or even if I go to 10, I'm still saving $4,000 or $5,000 a month, and I don't have to put any of my time in, you know? So,
so how do you find a supplier that can just spool up and do it that fast? Would they buy your rodents and just do it?
No. So the person that I'm working with now, he might just move it and on his own and have a small space, and then I can still buy from him. But there's another rodent breeder that actually I'm getting some of my rats every month to 6 weeks. So what I've been doing,
some supplemental stuff.
Yeah. So I get a nice big meal, like, you know, a small plus, or some of my ones that take a medium.
Yep.
And I do that. And then I don't feed it for that following week. And then I go on to the small ASFs. So I've been doing that for my adults, especially the ones that are building follicles. So now how it works is they get a big rat. 2 weeks later, they get a small ASF, right? Because I don't like growing them to the large. So I give them a 40 to a 60 gram ASF. The following week, ASF. Then with that cycle, I usually color rack. So when I color rack, I get 180 to 200 jumbo, retired breeder females and some bigger males, and I feed them off. Then I take a week off. Then I do the rats. So, I get it anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks. Sometimes I take an extra week off here and there, but I just want to see how that goes instead of just being all rats. And then for a year, all ASFs. Now I'm mixing them up. It's cost effective, but, by moving to this place, that's one of the disadvantages. I can't do that. If I go an hour towards Peterborough, I'm actually looking at buying some property and some other stuff. If I go out that way, I can do rodents and I can do the snakes. So
it's a cost per square foot question. It's a time question. It's a retail versus wholesale question on the cost of the animals.
Yeah.
So it all goes into play. And what you're saying is, depending on where you put your operations, the economics change. So if you put it one place, it might make sense to keep making your own rodents. If you go to another place, it might make sense for you to
say,
have
for
it
example,
brought in.
If you have snakes only,
Mm-hmm.
you're never gonna have oh my god, I got a leak, or oh my god, one of my overflow, one of my valves leaked, or now I have an overflow tub.
Mm-hmm.
You're not leaving that for 4 days, because I want to only be there from like Monday to Thursday, Monday to Friday. I'm even thinking going Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday, Friday. So I get a middle off to run around, do my stuff, get a break, and then take the entire weekend off.
Mm-hmm.
With rodents, I'm not going to be as comfortable taking that much time off.
For sure.
So there's a lot of things that could go wrong and stuff like that. So yeah, just looking around. Never thought the cost of storage and bedding and feed and the maintenance of your racking. Eye opener. Yeah. So like for myself, food, bedding, and seed. And if I wanted to supplement with eggs or mealworms, that just adds to it as a treat. But, for the amount, I'm spending at least $2,500 at least a month just on that. And then you've got the garbage, you've got the sea can, and plus when I go buy that $2,500, I usually go and I get $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 worth of stuff, get it delivered, and we're stacking it in there for a good month or two, 2 months. And I just have all this stuff and it goes down. It's like, oh, now we got to go, do this all again. So I'm even sitting on money and stuff, plus the dirty, you're getting work. It's more work. I've done it for a while. I've enjoyed it. I've actually liked it. I probably still want to do it, but, I got to look at all my factors. Like, how many people who do rats full time? How many people just go away for a week here and there? And if you find somebody, I've had some people here, Scott and Jordan from Genetic Genesis.
Yep.
They went away and had some friends come, and their rats, there was a flood or they forgot the water or something happened, and fucking shit show, had to start all over. Like, so, these are animals.
Give and take.
Living. You've got to commit. It's like, you have a child. Oh, I still want to go to the clubs all the weekends. Like, you got a kid now, man. Like, you can't just punt it off to mom and dad. You know what I mean? You got to be more responsible now. If you wanted to keep partying, you shouldn't have had a fucking kid. Like, you got to make decisions and it's crazy.
A lot of people consider their rodents to be free, though, to Joe's point. And because all you got to do is feed and buy feed and okay.
It is cheaper. I can tell you that.
It's cheaper, but
you add your time and everything in and startup cost.
Yeah.
I mean, you do it.
I do it. I sure do.
A lot of people are talking about zeal. David, what's going on? Going rate for a super asphalt? I'm not sure. I'd have to look online. Just Morph Market. I don't know. Like a lot of stuff, especially now, I don't know pricing unless I'm going to price something for sale that I'm like, oh my God. And a lot of times too, it's really surprising. I don't really want to look at pricing. I'm like, oh my God, like, damn, I should have made more last year when I was getting 2 or 3 times as much. Like, I'm not really sure on that. So creative genetics, what's going on? Oh my God, genetics. Spell all the words out. Sound the words out. The letters out, Billy. Creative genetics.
How's it going?
Wow. So Texas Made Morphs. We've ended Conroe Herp show this past weekend. Made a lot of sales, but 75 of them was on the square. or something else, not cash.
That's right.
Yeah. So imagine going and not being equipped with a Square or some sort of, cash or not cash, card or credit card transaction type of system. Out of that 75 that you had, you might have only had 20% because, I'll go to the bank, or I'll run over to the cash machine, or, let me do this. But you would have lost probably 50 or 60 or maybe even all 75% of those sales because you weren't equipped as a business. And
Square makes it so easy. There's no excuse to not have it. It's really great. And it's cheap.
So extremely lucky where I am. 2 things you can't own.
Next, you got to see the next one.
Retics and black throat monitors. Yep. Yeah. So rats and all animals we keep or would want to keep are completely legal. Cool. But the thing is, so here's the thing too, is a lot of people don't realize, okay, especially here in Canada and our bylaws, there's a lot of people that, I'm in Toronto, I'm allowed to have, snakes under, ball pythons are legal, and some, great. I can do, boas, I can do ball pythons and all this other stuff. Cool.
Super
now I renovate the garage or renovate the basement, and I have all these animals, and I have a morph market account. Now you are running a business with out of your residence, and if it isn't zoned or you don't have a license to run those sales through your business, you can get screwed. Also, if you look at the bylaw, just because bylaw says you're allowed to have ball pythons, there's only a number of pets you're allowed to own in a home. In Toronto, I believe it's 9. So if you have 10 ball pythons or more, you're breaking the bylaw. They will not allow it if they find out.
It's one of the reasons I moved from my HOA to a place out in the country, was because
you weren't allowed to have that many animals.
Yeah. I mean, you're allowed to have 3 pets in the house. And at that time I had about 300 rodents and 100 snakes.
Yeah. Yeah. Bylaw can come in. If you, and that's a lot of, a lot of people who are running a ball python business are not, they're doing it under the table. They don't have a business license. They do not pay taxes. They don't have a business license. And the funny thing is here in Canada, if your insurance company finds out that you are breeding ball pythons or other kind of snakes in your house, they will cancel your insurance, and good luck getting insurance from somewhere else. Like the houses they will not insure your home.
That's crazy.
In Canada if you have snakes in it. So you're violating your house insurance. Okay. And it's like, I'll just get it somewhere else. Well, they're going to ask why your insurance was canceled. There's a thing for, I guess, an insurance board inquiry that they can look. It's like, he got canceled because he was having snakes in his house. So you're going to get screwed from there. You're going to get screwed from running a business from your house that's not licensed or zoned to have a business from your house. And then you have way too many pets. I mean, we're dealing with so much shit here. That's why I went and I spend the money, because, I just had really, pieces of shit people going, Billy, I'm going to, anytime they could call, people, they would show up and like, hey, how you doing? We got a complaint that all your animals are, deprived and not being fed. I'm like, come on in, guys. Oh, hey, Joe. Hey, Billy. Yeah. Walk around. If you need me, I'll be on the couch on the computer. You know where it is. Go ahead. If you need anything, you can bug me or talk to my staff. They do that. And that's the thing. I don't know about there, but I can say right now, hey, there's a guy. Yeah, he's got cobras in his house. I was there. I saw them. Yeah, he's got all types of snakes, but he's got cobras and venomous. They will show up at your door. They do not need a warrant, and they can come into your house. And guess what? If you are in your house running a business and have more than 9 snakes or 6 snakes or snakes that you're not allowed, you're going to get fucked. Even if you're doing everything right. It's pretty shitty. And I'm like, and I always joke with them. I'm like, oh man, like, why can't you put a law stating that if people make false fucking claims and waste my time and especially your time, because you're a government agency now. It's not like before that they had SPCA.
Right.
Now it's Government of Ontario Animal Control. It's run by the government. And they come in and they're wearing vests. They look like the only thing they're not carrying is a gun. They look like fucking police officers. You know, come on in, look around, do what you got to do. Hey, you know, and that's what sucks. You know, people that make false claims should be penalized or have a report. Like, you know, oh, here we go, get a $500 fine for misinformation. You know, and if they do it twice, then guess what? You know, he calls like the boy who cried wolf. You know, but that's what happens, man. And that's the thing, you know, people can come in anytime here. Like they can come in right now. Hey, officers, yeah, go ahead. Just walk back there. I'm doing a live. If you need anything, let me know. You know, hi, Billy, there's a couple animals with poop in it. Of course there is. I got fucking 2,000 animals. Do they look unhealthy? You know why they pooped? Because they fucking eat well. Yeah, fuck off. You know, they have realistic, you know, things too, right? But I mean, you know, it's funny because I've had them come in and say, you know what, fuck, you know, top job, man. You know, we've been in places where they have 10 to 15 animals and the most horrendous fucking conditions. Yeah, because people are pieces of shit. So, anyways.
Yeah, I gave up on breeding people.
Yeah, Ben City. Ben City. Ben Cincy.
What's up, Ben?
Ben City.
How you doing, man?
Wow. Oh, Leviathan, what's going on?
Hey, guys.
How you doing, guys? Stephen and Courtney. Blue Zombie in the house.
What's up, Vance?
Anna, what type of breeder do you have respect for? For an example, me, it's people who breed tarantulas and spiders and people who breed big snakes. So I don't respect people for how they breed. I respect what they breed. I expect how they breed, how they handle themselves, how they do things, what they do. And it doesn't have to be a big breeder, you know. To me, if you're happy breeding geckos and that's your thing and you have amazing, you know, knowledge and take care of them, fucking awesome. Because there's so many different species besides ball pythons that are out there, whether snakes, geckos, monitors, like lizards. I mean, it's phenomenal. And you see ways people shouldn't be taking care of them and things that they're doing, you know, like guys taking a gecko and pulling the tails off just for a fucking, you know, a video. Pieces of shit. You know, you don't stress an animal out for fucking views, you know, and you know, it's, you know, I respect more people for educating others and passing on good husbandry and care or information onto newer people so that they can grow and do things right. You know, there's a lot of different things, but I don't just pick a breeder because, oh, this guy breeds, like I can give Brandon from Canadian Cold Blood. Oh, this guy has fucking tree monitors, like the best. Wow. And if you go over there and they're fucking like horrendous and, you know, it smells like death, I'd be like, oh my God, like this guy's fucking, you know, wow. He's amazing for what he does. But I go over there in their horrendous condition. I wouldn't respect him. But I've been to his place and I'm like, whoa, taking notes. And that's how I, you know, keep my fucking tree monitors, right? So it's not only what they keep, it's how they keep it. And I went in there, and before I even bought an animal from him, he told me what to do and why he does this. And these are the size of the cages. And this is how he does the lay box. And he's teaching me. And I'm trying to learn from someone that has experience, that's willing to share. Because when I buy an animal from him, he would want that animal to be kept the way he expects, or, you know, in a way that is good for the animal, not like, oh, I keep him in a shoebox under my bed, Brandon. Like, why the fuck? They need height. They need room. Yeah, but I do it like this. You'd be like, well, I'm not selling this motherfucker a snake. I mean, a tree monitor anymore. Right. So, you know, it's not what they breed. It's how they breed and how they interact and customers and how they, that's about, you know, how I look at it. How about you, Craig?
I like, There's two things that I really like is when they show up for their animals and they give a shit. You know,
100%.
those two things. You show up for your animals and you give a shit, and you're good to your customers.
Yep.
That's what I really respect. And you know, regardless of what kind of thing you're breeding.
Yeah. Well, you never think about the trash pickup for the rodent bedding. I have 5 times 96 bins, 96 gallon bins.
Yeah,
so,
that's why I got a dumpster. I got a commercial dumpster because
so I pay $278 a month. So times 12, I'm like about $3,500 a month just for garbage. You know what I mean? Just for trash pickup. Never mind the trash bags. You know, I mean, wow. I mean, it adds up. People don't realize that, you know?
Yep.
Oh, we're in North Middlesex. No limit to pets here. Okay. Okay, no limits to pets, but you also might have to worry about running a business out of your home. You know, I mean, that's the thing. And are you allowed to breed rodents in your residential? Unless you're in a farm, like that's the thing. There's so many, and that's what's trouble for me is if I could just buy a house and move my facility in the basement, you know, which I have in the past to get here, I would do it in a heartbeat, but I can't, you know,
right.
You know, because I want to write off
fly
my
under the radar.
Yeah. And the thing is I need to write off, you know, expenses, right? I need to write off, you know, where's your facility? Oh, it's in my basement. Oh, you know, I can't, you know, send a, you know, I can't personally write off like a $5,000 basement to my house when my mortgage is a certain amount. Like it's all in texture. And if you can't run a business out of a residential, so many things to look at. Some USA insurance does that as well. Canceling your insurance. Yeah. Your home insurance over snakes.
Interesting. Didn't know that, Ben.
So in Canada, I don't know one insurance company that will insure your home if you say you have snakes, and especially multiple snakes, whether you're breeding them or not. Just housing 10 snakes in your home, they will cancel your fucking house insurance. So, yeah, most residential areas, you're not allowed to breed rats or snakes, 100%. So many people do it. And that's the thing. That people are going to get like, you know, because I've talked to some of these guys and they're like, yeah, I mean, I wish everybody was doing like this because, you know, there's so many guys that are breeding this and doing things illegally out of their home. And, you know, it's not SPCA now, it's the government of Canada. And like you said, they're watching your ads. They're watching your morph market. They're watching your Kijiji. They're watching your website. They're when they go, and it's funny.
Kijiji, you make that up. You just made that up. Kijiji, right?
No, Kijiji is the Canadian Craigslist.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not that band that did Too Shy to Shy in the 80s.
No.
Oh, okay. Hush,
but
hush,
even now, they'll walk around, and it's funny because they walk around the expos and they'll take your business card. You don't think they're looking you up? And if you're not fucking claiming taxes and you have every month, like, I mean, like they're going to come at you. They're monitoring PayPal. They're going to come at you and say, hey, you know, look, we had this, and you know what? You had, you know, $100,000 worth of animals up, and these are the names, and here's the IDs. Where are they now? Oh, you don't have them? I missed you sold them. Well, here's what you had them listed at. Here's this, here's that, here's your taxes, here's your penalties. You're gonna get fucked. I'm telling you.
So be careful.
Do things right.
Yep.
It's do things right. Like it's crazy. Royal Temptations looking to move now due to a city ordinance against selling ball pythons. We can own as many as we want. You just can't sell them. Yeah, because you're running a fucking business. And out of a residence, you're not allowed to have a commercial business unless you're zoned for it. It's crazy. We have the same shit here. And you want to keep getting bigger and bigger? You know, you get one person that calls on you or shows up or neighbors complain or like something. Wow. You know, it sucks. But, you know, this is almost a Billy on his fourth monster rant. Love it. Great explanation of risk management. Oh, my God. Yeah. Remember those? I think I only got this. I think my max was 3. You know, I mean, God knows if I ever got to a fourth monster, Jesus, you know. Angel popped in. What's going on?
Hey, hey, hey.
What
Wait, that was a mix. There's two. There's hey, 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 and there's hey, hey, hey. Who knows the second one? Everyone knows the first one. Who knows the second one?
Yeah, so that's the same here. The problem is if you're in a residential area, okay, hopefully, like, if I knew, if I wasn't into this and I knew the guy next door was breeding fucking rats and had hundreds of them and snakes, guess what? I'd be fucking calling in. And then, oh, hey, Joe, you know this guy here? Wow. You think all your neighbors, if they knew you were breeding rodents and fucking mice and ASFs and breeding 100 snakes in your property, in your house where their kids and their dogs play, they would freak the fuck out. You're done. So, just be careful, man. And that's the thing. I'm trying to look for places. It's like, oh my God, this is the perfect. Look at the fucking barn on it. Oh, no water in the barn. And I'm not allowed to have rodents. Well, I don't need a big ass fucking barn if I'm not having both. There's no reason to expand it. Oh, this is perfect. Oh shit, I'm allowed to have everything. But it's zoned residential only. Fuck, I can't run a business out of it. And I've even called, like, the city of Peterborough. I've called and I'm like, hey, here's the property. Here it is. I run a online business. And nope, I'm sorry, you cannot get a business. And if you do, you can have like a office or a small portion of your property. So if I go in and they come in and they're like, dude, you're using half your fucking house or a quarter of your house for your business, it ain't fucking happening. They will not fucking give you the permit. And I ain't buying a house or moving to a place where they can come in and say, oh yeah, no, this is wrong. Like I'm not doing that. And I was at the other place for 10 years. I've been here. I've had a lease over the other place for 10. I've had a place. I'm almost at 5. I've had, officials. I've had, people called on me for several reasons, and bylaw officers come. Yeah. No, you're good. No, I don't know. They're just wasting their time. Yeah. So, okay. It's all good. Okay. But I'm doing my due diligence. I also talk to the landlord. This is what I do. This is what can happen. This is how I prevent it. This is what I do, because the last thing I want to do is move into a place and the landlord's like, yeah, you know what? It worked for 6 months, but nope. Now I got to find a new place. I ain't spending the money, the time stressing out my animals, Let's see. Great thing about the South. If you're in a stupid HOA, nobody cares.
Almost nobody. Yeah. I got away with it for a long time. It was, time was running out for me, but you're right. It is Kajagoogoo. That's right. You got it right.
Kajagoogoo. Awesome. Yeah, I agree. So where we were lucky enough to be on Home and Garden TV. Ugliest Homes in America, season 1, episode 3. What? I gotta check this out. The city had a board meeting to see if we could have the snakes, and the insurance company tried to drop.
Oh, wow.
100%. Yeah, that's how it is, man.
Crazy.
People are like, no. Yeah, if you do things right and you look into it, a lot of us aren't doing this thing right. You're breaking this, you're breaking that, you're breaking this, or you're breaking that, or you're breaking them all at the same time. So, no residential fucking zoned building or home are you allowed to fucking grow and breed rodents. You can't. If you're on a farm, hobby farm, agricultural property, or a commercially zoned, a CR1 or R2 or something, I would look into that, man. I do it in my garage. Yeah, cool. Let the town know that you're doing that in your resident or your neighbors and see how far that goes. It's scary, man. So 4 words, no covenants, no restrictions. If that's not in the sale contract, I'm not interested.
You skipped over Angel. Angel was right. The answer was what's happening. That was the show. What's happening? Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey. Old school TV show.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got the Sydney to zone us as agriculture. Yes, agriculture, great. Farm, hobby farm. That's what I've been looking for.
That's what I got finally.
Yep.
But they wouldn't pick up my garbage because I'm zoned agricultural, so that's fine. I needed a commercial bin anyway.
Let's see. Yeah, you can't. HOAs are authority a-holes.
Boy, it's funny what happens when some people get a little bit of power, isn't it? I had a trailer on my property that was like an enclosed utility trailer. And even if I hit it, one of my neighbors saw it and turned me in for it. I had to donate it because I had to get rid of it.
So Josh says, we moved out of the city limits because animal control was harassing us for having too many dogs. We moved out of the country entirely and found a 12-acre farm in the neighboring. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cleo, relax. It's the salt truck. Relax. Just going crazy because the salt truck guy's moving, salting because we're getting snow tonight and tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So he's salting our driveway. And then after the snow, he'll come tomorrow and shovel it. So it's out there now. And I guess when he spins, you can hear some of it like hitting the front. So she's going nuts. Cleo, it's just the salt guy. Relax, tough dog. Come on. Come up here and say hi. Up. Get up. Get up. Ready? Come on, up. Yeah, lay down here for a minute. We're almost done. There you go, big girl. Look, say hi. Say hi, Cleo. No? So watch. It's okay. It's just a salt truck. Good girl protecting the place. You're good. Crazy girl. My baby. But yeah, I mean, it's really ridiculous that, welcome, it's still up, Jesus. But I will put this one up, take this one down, and put this one. Thank you for all being part of tonight's live and the continued love and support that you show myself and Craig and Cleo and hanging out in the chat. But we'll keep going for like another, 10, 15 minutes or so, unless the chat dies, because we haven't had a comment in about 2 minutes. I'm in Philadelphia. PA, I had an old Uzi called on me. Huh? I
think that's an autocorrect.
Yeah. I had an all the Uzi called on me. Old the Uzi. I mean, how would that? I don't know. He had something called on him. Yeah. But that's the thing, right? Like it's, just take somebody and they don't even have to have a valid claim. They just got to say that and they will show up. And that's what I mean. I wish that, if you're using government sourced funds, wasting my time having people in here looking around for false claims, you should be penalized, or if you put in a claim and it's false, they should be able to hand you over the name of the person that was the piece of shit. Oh, SPCA, how did you get I had an old Uzi from SPCA? Wow. Spell check's on fucking drugs right now. Holy shit. SPCA. An old Uzi. But yeah, I mean, they can do that. So we used to have SPCA. Now it's Ontario. I don't know about the other provinces, but Ontario has animal control from the government. And they look exactly like border control officers. Really awesome. They've been nice. They come in and, I've had no issues. They come in, they do their thing. If there's ever an issue, I'll correct it if they demand. Like when I had the tarantulas here, they came in, it's like, hey man, you're not allowed. I'm like, what do you mean I'm not allowed? I'm in Toronto. It's like, yeah, well, you were in Mississauga. Now you're in Toronto. I'm like, doesn't Mississauga and most of these other smaller towns go off the bylaw of Toronto? It's like in most stuff, but tarantulas are banned in Toronto, but they're okay where you were in Mississauga. I'm like, fuck, I didn't know. It's like, that's why we're here, So it's like, damn it, And I mean, it's funny because you figure if you move from a smaller town to a bigger town, you're good. Nope. Different bylaws. You got to know your bylaws in certain areas, which is crazy. So I'm going to, if you only had 1K to spend on a project, what would that be? I wouldn't spend 1,000 on a project. Okay. If you had 1,000, I would try to save more to buy more females in a project, and then save up, and then a year down the road or so, buy a male for those 2 or 3 females. And $1,000 to spend on a project of a few animals. By the time you get them to size and breed them out, that's the thing. Like, if you're limited on funds, just buy animals that you like and enjoy them. Not you just because you have animals doesn't mean you have to breed them. Okay, Cleo, it's just a salt truck. Crazy girl, right? So, instead of trying to invest $1,000 into a breeding project or project to get into, why don't you just spend, little or all of it on 1 or 2 animals that you really like just to enjoy and have as a pet, and then if things go better, now you can start adding or getting, more funds, because that's the thing that we've all talked about. Animals that are 500 and less, there's like 30, 40,000 of them on Morph Market. You go to 1,000 and up, that drops from 40, 50,000 or 30, 40,000 to like 10,000. And then you go up to 5,000 or more, that drops to under 1,000. So you really don't want to keep. Cleo, stop. Yep.
But I'd say if you do want to breed, if you know you want to breed and you want to get your first ball python, get a female first.
Correct. And I would always buy my females before my male.
Mm-hmm.
You think hypo's making a comeback or fading away again? I think it's one of those things where, to me, I like hypo it's pretty much one of my favorite recessives. It's always going to be a part of mine, no matter what. I think, with most of the triples and the quad stuff that's coming out, hypo will be one of them, and hypo is going to be the one that makes it look the way it does. So I totally love hypo. I'm on hypo clown pieds this year in combos. So I love it.
Hypo everything.
Hypo the world. Right? But if you're getting into hypo to make money, it's not where it's at. There's other stuff that's more expensive, but I breed it because I love what it does to the animals. So that's what I do. But we're going to do this. We'll give our outro. Where am I? Here we are. Well, thanks for coming on your birthday, my man.
Yeah, man. Happy
popping
to.
in. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us for a couple hours and hanging out and listening to her go crazy. And you know what's weird? She likes to lie down on there, but she likes to sit up here.
Mm-hmm.
So now you lay down, make me look silly. You are silly. That's more comfortable there. Anyways, my Cleo. Have a good night, y'all. Have a good week.
See y'all. Thanks for watching.
Billy Rose in the house, breaking down those doors. Mutation, creation, making waves. That's the norm. With the snakes in my hand, feel the power transform. Yo, it's Billy Rose. Let me tell you a tale from the heart of Canada, where the pythons prevail. Got the rack stack high, more style to make you smile. From clowns to ultra males, I'm running this reptile now. Started from the bottom, now collections elite. Feeding ASF, every snake gets a treat with the community tight. I'm the breeder you seek. Mutation, creation every day of the week. Social media buzzing, see the followers grow. On YouTube, Instagram, watch the Billy Rose show. The hats and the giants got the genetics unlocked. In the reptile game, I'm the TikTok of the clock. Channel my content, I'm the man with the moss. Billy Rose in the house, breaking down those doors. Mutation, creation, making waves, that's the norm. With the snakes in my hand, feel the power transform. Gold scissors in hand.
Gold scissors in hand. There's the key.
Have to have those.
Gold scissors in hand, but they might be too big,
Not for garden shears, they're not.
No. And see, they're multi-purpose. I can do a lot of shit with those. Not only cut eggs, I can do a lot of things.
Ceremonies. I bet you asked.
Oh, ribbon cutting. There
yeah.
you go. Shit. I could have a side business, ribbon cutting and scissors provided. You know, I'll show up and I'll even show you the whole. I could actually hold the scissors until you're ready. And then the mayor can just get them from me and do their thing. Like, yeah, it'd be fucking great.
Right.
Never know. It's another side hustle I got going on.
Yeah, man.
Sweet. Guys are awesome. Thank you. And see you next week. And hopefully you check out a lot of these other shows that Craig talked about earlier or support. And you might even see me this week on some of them. You never know. Well, I am on one of them on Wednesday. More
you
Forge.
are. More Forge.
Yeah, more Forge. Later, everybody.
See y'all.